This is Mansfield, Indiana. I didn't run any numbers for this town. I was just driving in the area and I saw it and I'm like, wow, well, let's take a closer look. That looks like an old church, doesn't it? Now a fudge factory. There is a specific reason also when I turned into this town. Something I wanted to show you real quick. Something that is, well, it's a big part of this area of Indiana, and that is this covered bridge. This part of Indiana calls itself the covered bridge capital of the USA. Yes, I know some of you in Iowa may beg to differ, but well, you guys will just have to argue about that amongst yourselves. This part of Indiana claims that they have the most. And I was looking forward to driving through one, and there I just did. Alright, I am here. My first town today. Waveland, Indiana. Here's the downtown. Get you a look at it. The town was founded on a carriage route back in the 1800s. There's a water spring nearby, so of course water is very valuable, so a town built around it. People could resupply on their covered wagons, get some water, and the town grew from that, and it's still here to this day. Agriculture became the top industry, and it still is, like many places here in this part of Indiana. Let me show you a map. You can see where I'm at. And in population history, peak population was way back in 1910, 676 people. Last census down to 427. You do see some abandonment here. Most notably, this old church. Oh, that's been sitting there empty for a long time, hasn't it? Now, this is a very quiet little town. Pretty much as close to nowhere, well, let's say middle of nowhere, Indiana as you can get, and still be in Indiana, of course. It's a little lonely 2-lane road to get out here. It is April 15th, yeah. It's tax day, about 10 a.m. That is a Wednesday. Median age is 25. I'll start giving you a few of the numbers. I'll come up to the stop sign, I'll tell you that 96% of this town is white. The rest is mixed race or other. Here's the median household income, $52,292 a year, right at $1,000 a week, a little over. And poverty, 18.5 overall. School-age children, 29%. Look at retirement age, folks, 0. Well, it's a good place for folks who have retired. Cost of living is pretty low, an 86, so 14% lower than the rest of the U.S. Healthcare, transportation, both are 101. Those are the highest. Housing is at 57. Well, here is the post office. Waveland, Indiana. Crime here last year, 2 incidents per 100 people. Exact same as US. I'll go ahead and give you the median home value as I show you these houses. $108,600. Yeah, that one looked like it caught on fire. Well, that's a garage just abandoned. Looks like that car's been abandoned as well, doesn't it? Well, there's always one, isn't there? Doesn't matter which state to go in. Somebody has a tremendous amount of stuff. One of our greatest painters is from here. When I say that, I mean America. His name was T.C. Steele. He was not born here, but he moved here when he was 5. Here, I'll show you a couple of his paintings real quick. Yeah, he developed his art style here in this town and became one of this country's greatest ever. I have arrived to Russellville, Indiana. Another lonely small Indiana town, just like the last one. It's just a little 2-lane to get here. A little 2-lane blacktop full of potholes. I always marvel at how bad the roads are in Indiana. The worst in the country, in my opinion. Anyway, we are driving into downtown Russellville, and we're going to take a look. Not a lot here. Very small, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me show you a map. See where I'm at here. And in population history, back in 1920, that was peak population, 463 people. Last census down to 306. Now, the median age of this town is 52. Yeah, this town's definitely older. Well, alright, let me throw some numbers at you. Let's start with the ethnic breakdown. 99% white, 1% Asian. Median household income, $72,875 a year. That's $1,400 a week. That's pretty good money. Poverty, 6.8 overall. School-aged children, 5%. 65 and older, 16%. Those are pretty good numbers. Crime here, last year, 2.3 per 100 people. A little bit higher than the U.S. at 2.1. 2.3, what would that be? 2, 4, 6, about 7 crimes total here last year. Well, agriculture is the top industry. Has been pretty much the entire town's history. Alright, as we look at some houses, here's the median home value, $120,800. It's pretty reasonable. I have to admit, I'm fascinated by some of the houses here. I think this one may be abandoned, including the cars. I wonder if you could buy it, cars included. Package deal. Have to do some fixing up. But for the right price, it might be worth it, huh? What do you think? Nature. Yeah, she's taking this one back. I mean, even the cars look like they've just been left here. Here's the post office. Russellville, Indiana. And it's on a residential street. interestingly enough. Oh, I'm trying to dodge some of the big, huge potholes. All right. Well, I think that's enough for here. Just about showed you the whole town. Yeah, so let's head to the next one. Well, it's a tight fit. Woo! I am in Rockville, Indiana. I'm here for many reasons. One of them is to see this. Yeah, this is their county courthouse. Park County. Park County Courthouse. This was built in 1882. It's Romanesque, mostly, but you can see some Second Empire up there on the roof. Yeah, of course, Romanesque is ancient Rome, and then Second Empire is French. Napoleon era, late 1800s. The name Rockville, not complicated. The first settlers here arrived and saw many rocks laying around, big rocks. So they called it Rockville. It's as simple as that. This town calls itself the covered bridge capital of the world. That's right, the world. I've already showed you one covered bridge that's not far from here. Should be able to show you a couple more. Median age here, by the way, is 50.4. A little over 50 years old. It's a bit of an older town, isn't it? Here's the ethnic breakdown. 95% white, 1% Hispanic, remaining mixed race or other. Okay. Well, let's see what else we can find. Here on the grounds of the county courthouse is this World War I memorial. The old jail, inn, and drunk tank. I guess they would lock you up in this thing, though. They'd put you in it, pull it by horse, pull you through town, I guess. 36 Saloon, you're in Dew Country. So let me show you a map. I haven't done that yet. So you can see where I'm at in the state. And then population history. Peak population 1970, 2,820 people. Last census, a little bit lower, 2,510. Here's one of the covered bridges in town. I'm going to drive across it. Yeah, you better believe it. Neat. Well, that was fun. They've got an old, I would guess, late 1800s village here. Looks like it's a bit of a tourist attraction. You can come check out, see what they have. This is the governor's house, it says. There's that bridge I just crossed, or covered bridge. It's very scenic here, isn't it? See what they got going on inside here. Well, all right. Yeah, a little sewing corner. Obviously, this is the kitchen dining room. And walk back through the living room. We've got a bedroom here. Cool. Baptist Church. There it is. I don't know what this is. Guess we'll go in and see. Schoolhouse. Okay. So this is where the kids would do some learning. I like it. They've even got a dunce hat. Yeah? Well, yeah, so I can show it to you. Some scribbling. Complete with everything. Another church here with some cool Carpenter Gothic architecture. See the lancel windows and doorway. Now let's see this one. Wow. This is pretty neat. I'm liking how this light shows, or, you know, is on the ground here from this window. Looks like you could come back here. And pretend like you're giving the sermon. They've got what looks like really old cabin here. It might be the real deal too. I don't know if this is a replica. Wow. Look how low the ceiling is. I can just like touch it with my hand. I mean, I'm 6 foot. I've got maybe half an inch to spare here. How about this? I'd like to go up on the second floor. It looks like it has a second floor, but the sign says that is a no-go. Man, can you imagine 150 years ago living in something like this? It's crazy. It is very old. And over here, another covered bridge. Yeah, so this bridge, you just walk across this one. It says it was built in 1906. There you go. That is an old bakery. There's nothing inside it though. Yeah. This is kind of an awesome place. But it's fun to visit. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Finally, I've been looking for one. Yeah? You guys can see him or her. She seems friendly. I wonder if she'll, yeah. It's getting a sniff. So let me pet him or her. Nice. Cool, I got my cat sighting. Well, let's check out some residential. I'll give you some numbers. Beginning with median household income. $57,083 a year. So $1,100 a week. I've seen some houses in different states of condition throughout the town. Poverty 20.4 overall. School-age children 54%. Wow, that's really high. Half the kids here. But if you're retirement age, it's only 3%. Yeah, that's very low. Cost of living's an 85, So 15% lower than the rest of the U.S. Crime last year, 8 incidents per 1,000 people, compared to 21 for the U.S. Yeah, crime here is very low. Median home value, $99,600. That is not bad. You can get a house here pretty cheap. I am about 4 miles outside of Rockville. This is the Indiana State Sanatorium, or what's left of it. Closed in 1968. I read that something like 4,000 people died in this building. And it's a bit of a tourist attraction now. When you drive up to it, you see abandoned cars and hearses. The owners wisely just left it like it is. And you can actually pay to stay overnight here and hang out with the many ghosts that still live here. You have to sign a release to even come in here, basically saying you won't sue them if the building falls apart on you. But other than that, pay them a few bucks and you can just go right in. It's cool because apparently, you know, it closed pretty quickly and everything was just left behind where it sat. Yeah, so we got to take a look, I'm thinking. It is very eerie. It would be quite the thing to stay overnight here, wouldn't it? Well, let's go up the stairs. Got to do that, huh? Man, this place looks like it's just falling apart. Usually, you're not allowed to go in places like this. It's kind of cool what they've done. It's a smart idea. Yeah, just let people come on up here. Guess these are the various rooms that the patients would stay in, complete with holes in the floor. This is pretty fantastic, isn't it? Wow. There's even more on another floor. Well, I gotta go see it. All right, I'm up on the 3rd floor. Yeah, it's just, you know, abandoned and empty. I guess if you would pay to spend the night here, you just pick a room, huh? Yeah, there's a few other buildings on the property that you're allowed to check out, so yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Back when the building was open, functioning as a, I guess, a psychiatric hospital as well. It was built in 1908. Wow. Looks like there's a basement. Well, I might have to go see that. Wow, huh? you see everything. Yeah, there's an old shower. They've got lots of nice touches on the grounds. It's an old hearse. An abandoned bus. Jeez, I wonder if animals ever come in here. I told you before, I'm doing a replay of Fallout 4. I'm totally getting those vibes right now. You know, when you play that game, post-apocalypse. It's so cool. Yeah, this is a water treatment plant. I think that's what she said. Oh, well, this looks like a laundry room. Yeah, she said that too. I mean, even, well, there's even some empty bleach bottles and some clothes in the machine. Yeah, boy, it's getting dark. Let me turn my phone on. See if I can get some light in here. A little bit. I mean, that's just a creepy picture. Photograph right there. Look at all these clothes. Well, just kind of going through the doorway here. Wow! Yeah. There's no way to walk through that. That is a lot of leftover clothing. She said that when they close it, they just left everything. That is evident. There's another part of the building. Yeah, let's see what's here. Yeah, this must be the water treatment area. Yeah, let's make sure you see everything. I went to my truck. Got a flashlight. This looks dark in here. Yeah, it's not too bad. There's water there. Man, this is a crazy thing. Can't believe they let people go through here. I'm seeing the reason for the release now. Usually places like this are, you know, made to be safe. This place is not safe. I wouldn't bring any kids here. But if you like this kind of thing, you see for yourself, this is well worth the trip. I totally recommend it. All right. The beautiful Indiana countryside. Wow. I believe this is residential where patients would stay. And I think there's like a cafeteria, a few other things in here. Well, let's go see. Wow. Yeah, this is someone's room here. I guess two people's room. There's two beds here. Closet. Yeah, this room might have been for children. Yeah, there's another one here. I'm hearing a noise. It's freaking me out. That's why I got quiet all of a sudden. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it might have been the cafeteria, huh? It's outside, it looks like, too. Well, stairs. Let's go see what's up here. I guess I'll just keep the camera on, let you guys see everything. Oh, look, an elevator. I'm gonna guess that doesn't operate. Yeah, it looks like rooms where we could hang out, maybe watch the TV. Yeah, I'm thinking the rest of this area is just rooms. People would sleep. Wow, some VHS tapes. Looks like the rooms were connected. Bathroom, probably. Yep. Okay. Yeah, just more of the same, it looks like. Lots and lots of rooms with the bathroom. I was trying to figure out how to go to the upper floors. It looks like I found it. Stairwell here. The end of the wing. Third floor. Looks like it's probably more rooms, huh? Yeah, just more. Yeah, this looks like a community area. But other than that, we're just looking at a bunch of rooms. So, it's a larger bathroom. Yeah, so guess I really don't need to see you much more. Alright, this is bottom floor. Quick look. A nurse's station. Okay. Well, bathroom there. Yeah, this is cool. All right, everyone, so that's going to be it for this part of the video. Again, this is really cool. If you're up in this part of India, you totally got to check this out. The Indiana State Sanatorium. If you're into this kind of thing, of course. Anyway, Nicole and I will be staying in Terre Haute tonight. So the next part of the video is us looking around the town and, of course, having dinner at a local restaurant. So hang tight. That is coming up next. We are in Terre Haute, Indiana. Nicole is modeling their famous billboard. This was built in 1930. One of the first billboards made in the state, and it is now a landmark for the city. And that clock works.
I see.
Of course, it is advertising Clabber Girl, another company that was founded here in 1850. When it started producing baking powder, it immediately became the top producer, I believe, in the world. And it remains that way, or that remains the case to this day. And that girl who's modeling it, the biscuits, she remains a mystery. Nobody knows who she is.
She's the Clabber Girl.
She is the Clabber Girl. Pretty awesome mural here, depicting numerous citizens of the city, it looks like.
Oh, we have to see what this is a mural of, don't we?
I'm not sure who many of these people are. I'm not familiar at all. Just outside of downtown, on the campus of Indiana State, big statue of Larry Bird.
Oh, look at his knee socks. Those are back in the day.
That's right. Now, it's a cool mural here in downtown, showcasing one of their favorite sons, Sports Illustrated cover. Of course, Larry Bird's Indiana State team went undefeated, losing in the title game against Magic Johnson, and that was Michigan State. Considered one of the greatest basketball games, college basketball games of all time. All right, so yeah, we're in downtown. Up ahead in the distance, you can barely see the gold dome, is the county courthouse. And it's amazing, so we're gonna go take a quick look at it. All right, this is the Vigo County Courthouse. Terre Haute is the county seat. And this is a magnificent building, built in 1888. That is Second Empire architecture. French. Yeah, late 1800s France. And it is amazing. It rivals some state capitol buildings, to be honest.
It is beautiful.
It is incredible. Beautiful building. Well, we are back on Main Street, Terre Haute. Give you a little information. It's about 58,000 people here. Peak population was in 1960. They had almost 72,000. So the city's declined a bit. The other thing that I remember Terre Haute for is Columbia Records. When I was a kid, and I did this several times, you know, they would advertise 12 albums for a penny.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, and then, but you would have to buy like 6 more over a 2-year period, something like that. It seems like it should be a scam, but it really wasn't. I did it, I want to say a couple times, and I would always pay full price for the 6 records, and I'd get an extra 12. It was a good deal. But yeah, that was, well, Columbia was based here
They're not based here anymore?
I think they still are, but anyway, that's that whole deal. That would happen here in Terre Haute. One of the things they're very proud of here is this city being the site of the design of this Coca-Cola bottle. The iconic Coca-Cola bottle. Yeah.
Cool.
So, in various places around town, they have little statues of these Coke bottles. We're at the Vigo County Historical Center, checking out some stuff here concerning the history of the town. They had a big toy store here. And this celebrates that toy store. Yeah, Jimmy's Fine Foods and Toy Mart.
Teddy Ruxpin. My little brother used to have one of those.
Of course, as we all know, Walmart killed toy stores all over the country. We've got an old Terre Haute Main Street display showcasing some of the clothing that women would wear. Model A, and a Chevrolet Superior Roadster. Did the engine just come on?
So it did.
Sounds like
it's ready for us.
It's about to take off, isn't it? Oh, they have cool sound effects here. I like that. Overland Runabout, built in 1902. Terre Haute. That sounds French. Do you know what the word means?
Actually, it means higher ground, and specifically higher ground above the Wabash River.
Oh, okay. It's an old carriage from the late 1800s. As I told you earlier, this Coke bottle was designed here in Terre Haute. So you see a lot of Coke references in this town when you're here. I love these old Coke machines when I was a kid. Used to get Coke out of these all the time, and it would always be ice cold.
Really? I have never seen one of those in real life.
You're not that much younger than me, come on.
I've never seen one of those in real life.
You have never seen one of those?
Not in real life. I've seen it in places like this, museums and stuff.
All right, guys, you heard her. I guess they didn't have that kind of cool stuff in Pennsylvania. Must be some of the really old ones, huh?
Yeah, so apparently in 1915, Coca-Cola had a contest to find a unique bottle design to differentiate it. And then apparently the Root Glass Company in Terre Haute gave the winning design. So
and
that's how it's become famous.
It's designed that way to this day.
Yes, it is.
This display celebrates the community theater here. Highly regarded. Been putting on shows for a little over 100 years. Wow, there's a costume for Charlotte's Web. How cool is that?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. We were wondering what this was when we finally figured it out. This was Charlotte, the spider.
Yes.
And I thought...
And I'm ashamed of the fact it took us a minute to figure it out.
Yeah, someone actually gets inside there, it looks like. And that's where must be where the head is. Wow. Seems a little scary for kids, doesn't it? Hey, maybe it's just me.
I don't know.
There's a little display showing one of the schools in town. Which one is it?
It just says the Sycamore. Oh, wait. It just says the Sycamore, so I'm not sure what school it is yet.
Nicole was wondering about these desks. I would actually sit in desks just like this when I was in elementary school.
That doesn't surprise me.
So what is this here? You know about this, right?
Yes, this is Stiffy Green. Well, apparently Terre Haute is a little bit haunted, and this is one of the stories here. Stiffy Green is like this bulldog who is very loyal to his master all while his master was alive. Okay. And then apparently when his master died, Stiffy Green supposedly he sat at the burial site and sat at his headstone and wouldn't leave. Okay. So then when the actual dog himself, when he died, they stuffed him. And So, and apparently he haunts places, especially the cemetery.
Okay.
I want to say, I'm not
Why does he
gonna
haunt
guess.
this mausoleum? Is this where his owner was?
Well, yes, this is just a display, you know.
But I mean,
so.
yeah, he haunts where
Yes.
his owner's
Oh, yes, he does.
gravesite is? Okay.
He does.
So where's the dog? I don't see it. Oh, there he is down
You
at the
see
bottom.
him?
Yeah, I can see him at the bottom.
Yeah.
So in the actual one, the dog is in it. At the cemetery, wherever that is. It's here in Terre
Well,
Haute,
that's
right?
yeah, that's right. Yes, actually, absolutely. He
Okay.
haunts the cemetery.
So this is their display celebrating that, so to speak.
Exactly.
Well, and another neat thing they have here is a replica of an old soda fountain.
Pretty cool. Are you gonna get a soda?
We're going to have an early dinner at M. Mogger's. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
I don't
Local
see how
place?
else you would.
We're told that it's good, so here we are.
Let's check it out.
I'm loving this music already. You hear it?
Cheers. Go ahead and have beers. It says see host in back.
Looks like the bar is right here. So, that'll be us.
This place is cool looking.
Huh?
This place is cool looking.
It is cool looking.
It says see host in back.
I'm having a local beer from the Terre Haute Brewing Company. It's called Spring Fills. A Heffenweizen. Always like to try a local beer, and you're having, it looks like a glass of water, but it's not.
I'm having a local Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark and water, so not so local. I was joking.
No, that's from Kentucky. All right, and we're going to do
That far.
Wisconsin cheese curds for an appetizer. Our cheese curds are here, and that is a lot of them.
That is a lot of curds.
Yeah, I'm only going to be able to eat a few of them. I'll have to take the rest back to the room, because that will fill me up,
Yes.
even half of them.
Yes.
Well, we'll see if they're good.
I want this big one. I want a big curd. I don't even need sauce.
These are really fantastic with the Wisconsin cheese.
They're very cheesy.
Yeah, you can see the cheese.
Very like springy, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's not the right word, but yeah. See.
it's quite
Well,
tasty
you're
though.
supposed to pull the other side.
Yeah, the breading's excellent.
Yes. Yes. Very yummy, and they came out nice and fresh.
They did. For entrees, I'm going to have salmon, and I'm going to have it blackened with Cajun spices. Can they do Cajun food in Indiana?
We'll find out, I suppose.
I'm going to find out. I'm skeptical, but we'll see. And I'm going to have it with veggies and rice. And what are you having?
I'm gonna have this bourbon chicken,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have it, and it already comes on rice, so I'm gonna have it with just lots of sauteed veggies.
Okay. We're both going to try to eat healthy today.
Well, I don't know how healthy it really is, but try.
Right. Our entrees are here, and the blackened salmon looks really good, doesn't it? It
does.
smells really
It
good.
looks very good.
Maybe they do make good Cajun food in Indiana. We'll see. They really.
It's a mixed veggie.
That's a side. Yeah, that's a side order of veggies. Wow.
Broccoli, squash, peppers, onions. Wow. The only thing it's missing is some mushrooms.
And you got a double order.
Yes. Well, because my food already came. See, I've got bourbon chicken, so it's grilled chicken in their bourbon sauce, and it already came on a bed of rice. So I just got double veggies, and wow, double veggies really means double veggies, and they
It's a
look
lot of veggies.
amazing. They look amazing. I will
Those-
be bringing some leftovers home.
Yeah, those will reheat really well.
Yes.
So, here's the thoughts on the food. These veggies are fantastic. They put some sort of.
Talk about the veggies.
Well, you can talk about the veggies. I'm just letting them know right off the bat they're awesome. Rice is good. Salmon is fantastic. And it tastes genuinely Cajun style.
Ah,
It's got some spice.
those are some big compliments.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm sorry, but the veggies are my favorite part. And I found out from the server that they make their special seasoning salt in the back, and whatever they mix together, it works. So they saute them in a little bit of butter, and they use their special seasoning salt. It's so good. The rice is yummy. The chicken's good. It's just not, I swear that's not the star of the plate. I have to say, it's the veggies.
Oh. Well, there you go. The star of my plate is the salmon, though. It is really good. Dessert is here. It is apple crisp, so cinnamon, caramel.
Apples, crumbly stuff.
Yeah.
Yum. Caramel.
And it is huge.
Don't forget the caramel.
Yeah, caramel. Their portions in this restaurant are
Very
gigantic.
big.
Yeah, they don't mess
They're
around.
very big.
They're going to feed you. It sure smells awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to dig in. The dessert is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of caramel, lots of cinnamon. The apples taste fantastic.
Scrum-delicious.
Yeah, the way they cook the apples. Of course, the ice cream is really good. It's hard to mess up ice cream. That's about all we're going to be able to do, though, because it was a huge dessert.
Yes, and after a couple of huge entrees too.
Yeah, usually you can finish a dessert, but not this
you're
time.
pretty good at that. Usually.
Not this time. This is a huge, massive dessert. All right, everyone. Here is the check. It's $113.37.
It's not bad for everything we got.
Yeah. So 2 beers. Well, you had beers, drinks, entrees. Yeah, it's very
Dessert, appetizer.
good. Yeah. Price is
So
not bad.
we got the works.
We got the works. There you go. That is it for Indiana. Really enjoyed my time here. I saw some really cool stuff here.
So did I. I really liked it here.
Yeah, Terre Haute was a real nice town. We liked it a lot.
It's getting windy.
But up next, Illinois, and then Iowa,
All right.
and then Nebraska after that. So, we will see you in those places.